It started when HOA Kathy, in one of her most brazen moves ever, called 911 on my pool party, not realizing the governor's family was over at the property. She said that noise, activity, and alleged disturbance created a need for immediate law enforcement action. What she didn't know was that her brazenness had accidentally landed herself in the middle of something far beyond her understanding or jurisdiction. Her reckless meddling would spectacularly backfire, leaving her vulnerable, powerless, and irreparably humiliated. From the moment Kathy made the call, each step was carefully recorded. Security cameras recorded her arrival at the boundary of the grounds, her repeated complaints of protest, and her frantic assertions that she had jurisdiction. Audio tapes recorded her threats and frantic demands, picking up the sheer brazenness in her tone. Previous trespassing, harassment, and entitlement incidents were compiled into a damning dossier, emphasizing her course of reckless interference. Kathy believed compliance or intimidation would ensue from her actions, but she was on the verge of learning the strength of preparation and strategic wisdom. When the police were called, anticipating a simple complaint, they were instead confronted with a high-profile case. The governor's family was there, having attended the event in complete security detail, and my property was in complete compliance with all permits and safety requirements. Officers quickly realized Kathy's complaint was unfounded, and her manipulation of law enforcement had turned back on her. Her audacity, the weapon she had counted on to use, was immediately defused by the presence of valid authority and prudent preparation. Kathy tried to escalate further, contacting neighbors, HOA board members, and local media, asserting she had the right to terminate the event. Each try was methodically dismantled, proof of her repeated trespass, interference, and brazen efforts to exert authority were presented to authorities and the community. Her efforts designed to intimidate and control created a permanent record of recklessness and incompetence to deter future interference. Permanent solutions were put in place. Security cameras, strengthened fencing, automated alerts, and legal notices had the effect of preventing Kathy from repeating her bold misconduct. Her capacity for manipulation, intimidation, or exercising authority without preparation, legal standing, or strategic foresight was irrevocably eliminated. Every bold act that she undertook became evidence of reckless entitlement, incompetence, and audacity gone wrong. Neighbors and the community became soon informed of the occurrence. Kathy's credibility, already tenuous due to earlier reckless conduct, was irrevocably damaged. Her repeated bold efforts at interference, manipulation, and exercise of authority without legal or practical standing were made public, exposed. Onlookers comprehended the lesson clearly. Audacity without preparation, legal acumen, or strategic forethought necessarily collapses in the face of real authority and fact. Kathy had reckoned on compliance or ignorance following her actions. Instead, she learned that reckless intrusion is greeted with immediate, unavoidable, and humiliating repercussions. During the days after the event, calm returned to the property. Kathy's audacity had been definitively overridden, leaving her exposed, powerless, and publicly humiliated. The property remained securely, entirely with legal safeguards and documented proof guaranteeing no future genuine attempts at interference. Her constant entitlement and brazen interference was a cautionary example to the whole community. By the weekend, the ranch was peaceful, secure, and in full lawful control. Kathy's brazenness had been soundly trounced, leaving her vulnerable, powerless, and irretrievably shamed. Everyone who watched got the principle. Efforts to manipulate, coerce, or exercise authority without preparation, legal acumen, or strategic insight always boomerang. Kathy had been made vulnerable, powerless, and irretrievably humbled, leaving the property secure, comprehensively protected, and completely under rightful control.